Recently, some of my reed players have been struggling with getting and maintaining a good sound. These were beginner reed players that were having the struggles, so I thought I would go over a few things for all reed players. So the ligature, depending on what type of ligature you have, the screws on the metal type go towards your face, and on the leather ligature style, the screws go on the other side. But regardless of what side the screws are on, the part that you grab to twist should always stick out to the right. If you ever have the part you twist aiming to the left, you know you have your ligature on wrong. Next, as we look at the mouthpiece, we see there's that spot on the mouthpiece where it goes and changes angles from there to there. And that point should not be covered by the ligature. If the ligature is too high, it'll choke the reed and prevent it from vibrating. And if it's too low, it won't support the reed and will cause all sorts of squeaking and problems. Different brands of mouthpieces are made with different things. Some mouthpieces have little lines on them. Some ligatures have open holes, and then the mouthpiece's logo is sometimes in the middle. But there's not a real consistent rule to follow. But we should have definitely that exposed area. So the real thing I wanted to get to, though, is how much to put in your mouth. And for this, I have a Post-it note, an optional pencil, and clearly the mouthpiece, ligature, and reed. So there's a backside of the reed that's completely flat, and then there's the mouthpiece that gradually folds away. So when you put the two together, one's completely flat and one gradually folds away. The angle of the mouthpiece going away is called the facing of the mouthpiece, and different mouthpieces have different facings. You might experiment with different mouthpieces, find one that you like better, one you think might be easier to play but not sound as well. You'd want to find the one that makes you sound better. So on this particular mouthpiece, I tend to use the number 3 reed. On some different mouthpieces, I'll use different reeds because of the facing. What I want to do is use this piece of Post-it to get in between the reed and the mouthpiece and just gently go until it stops going. That right there is how far I need to have sealed inside of my mouth and how much reed I should be vibrating. Now, if you're doing this for the first time at home, yes, you can kind of force it all the way down. We're not getting forceful, we're just going until it naturally stops on its own. And marking it with the pencil is completely optional. But when I put this in my mouth, that much has to be inside past my inner lip. That's how much is actually inside of the mouth, which means that distance right there is how far apart my teeth need to be. If you're playing a bass clarinet or bari sax, you're going to realize that your teeth need to be further apart. If you've started playing and you just have the very tip in, you're not controlling the sound well because you don't have enough reed to vibrate. To get more reed in, you would have to separate your teeth further and have your teeth further apart. So feel free to use this little trick to check where the facing and the mouthpiece really separate, and that'll let you know how much to have in your mouth. Hopefully this helps all of my young reed players.